I'll have scores around the league for you at the half. But it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners in 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Chargers, they come in off the extended break from the bye.
I think it was much needed as well. You play 2.5 months, you're ready for some time off to get set for the home stretch.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers' all-time passing leader, Phillip Rivers, who's been their starter since 2006, trotting onto the field. And I'll tell you what, he may be just a couple of years from 40, but he can still do it. You look back to 2018, some people were whispering MVP and Rivers in the same breath with what he did in that campaign. Especially impressive in 2 December primetime victories, one against the Steelers, one against the division rival Chiefs. And although things ended not quite how they wanted in the playoffs to New England, Phillip Rivers still feels like he has a lot left in the tank. Melvin Gordon, the 2-time Pro Bowler, trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
If you're going to talk about great players with the Chargers, you have to include their center, Mike Pouncey, a 4-time Pro Bowler. He and his brother Marquise with the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were the Pro Bowl centers for the AFC in 2018.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now.
Let's go.
Two runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a first down, L.A. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Defensively, we check the starters now for Denver. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
If I'm playing quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't think he's going to do that. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. To throw is Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you've got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Lock and the Broncos going to come up first and 10 at their own 24.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Shift. Kill.
80 weapon. Put up.
Lock now on first down. Finds his rookie first rounder. It's Noah Fant. To the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant, 76 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. What a great surprise Austin Eckler has turned out to be. That's the kid that was undrafted out of Western State, signed with the Chargers in 2017, and then last season, 554 yards at 5.2 yards per carry, and then he was also effective catching the football. 39 receptions, over 400 yards there. A great compliment to Melvin Gordon. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now. First and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that'll set them back 5.
Still third down.
And a manageable third down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Undercrush.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. 12 yards there and a first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
This is Royce Freeman, second-year man from Oregon. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. On the defensive side of the ball, the starters for Los Angeles. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him.
Yep.
52. Watch the run. No.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Hey, Jack.
Don't get nervous. Hey, alert 3. 552. They're not ready.
Rock it.
For this, they still playing.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Here's Lindsey. Oh, he's got a little daylight. They'll try. 34 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Freeman. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Focus, defense, focus.
On the ball.
Six guys. Check 6 guys.
Ready.
A give running right, Lindsey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd down and 6. That's the end of the first quarter with the score.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Got it.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Check. Fresno.
They look to throw. It's Locke. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Theo Riddick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. It oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Don't forget, later tonight, Sunday Night Football, we've got the Pats and the Texans from NRG Stadium in Houston. And then tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, it's supposed to be really cold up in Seattle as we've got the Vikings and the Seahawks from CenturyLink Field at 8:15 Eastern. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play fake. Rivers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On 1st down, Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Fant, the first-round pick out of Iowa, taken 20th overall. Second tight end taken in the draft. Amazingly, the second Iowa tight end taken in the draft is teammate T.J. Hawkinson. 8th overall, he was selected by the Lions, but Noah Fant really wowed everyone in Indianapolis at the Combine, and now trying to parlay that into an impressive NFL career. On first down there on a pickup of 25. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Kill.
Blue draw torture.
Shift. Watch the shift. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. And Sanders has got it complete. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On second down, Freeman. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Royce Freeman His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
On 1st and 10, Rivers. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On play action, Rivers. That is incomplete. The intended receiver there, Allen, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
I think they need to make sure they get together on that route because that's a curl, all right? Timing is everything.
That receiver anticipating turning around, having the ball already halfway there, threw it short. Off the play fake here, Rivers. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Here's Jeff Locke now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. This is fielded inside the 5. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The offense trots back onto the field, and we take an in-depth look at Royce Freeman. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on.
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. Well, I think you can go ahead and give your punter an assist on that one. Pinned him deep, and the defense comes through with 2 points.
You're exactly right, partner. This was all set up by a great punt, and if the ball goes in the end zone, this never happens. So great call. Give the punt team and the punter some love.
And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And we spotlight Keenan Allen as he gets set to go back to work. He's been good so far to this point in the 2nd quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the 2nd quarter. Rivers, he leads to Eckler on the draw. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. On 3rd down, this is Jackson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, they have... That one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. He's got a first down and more past the 30. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way home for a Broncos score. A great effort there. 84 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. McManus's point after is good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 44-yard line. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Chargers are able to close the gap just a bit.
Obviously, Brandon, they couldn't get it all back with just one score, but that touchdown chips into the lead, and now it makes the comeback a little bit more manageable.
Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. Throwing now is Locke. Complete out right to Jake Butt. And he'll be out right at the 35.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain there of 21 yards.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Switch. Jam.
Ready.
On first and 10, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on first and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
So now second and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
218, chopper.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. "31's the mic.
Greystone, travel.
52. Check 31.
Now it's Freeman. And he's going to be met at about the 43. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on third.
Mike, 57. Hey, get in the weight room. Switch it. Come on, switch it. Yeah.
From the gun on third down, Locke. That's complete to Meredith. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Check 25. Check.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it's caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Noah Fant with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You can't block me. You can't.
Now Rivers. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number one.
180.
Check back 47. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Rivers now to throw on first down. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. Chargers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing, Rivers. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. And now a long one for Matt Bryant. He's hit from 62 in his career. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25.
Let's go.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On second down, here's Locke. That's caught over the middle by Fant. A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now it's Lindsey. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll go again with Lindsey. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
15 line.
They're running it. Switch.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season as his guys continue to pour it on. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
Holding offense.
So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mark Barrett able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the Broncos coming out now. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport. The road to be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Check three, check three, check three.
Check go.
Throwing on 1st down is Locke. Screen pass to Lindsey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Jerry Tillery in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He's checking. Crash.
Check go.
On 3rd down, Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. And an alley to run. 9 yards on the pickup there as they'll be left with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. And he's going to get the 1st down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Rivers now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Rivers. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done. I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. He's going to sling this deep downfield, and he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his second of the game. Instead, fourth down.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He has had a whale of a game. In the third quarter, you're already over 200 yards. I don't know what more he can do at this point.
Not a whole lot, and what he has found is that zone that we always talk about, where every carry feels great. Every carry potentially is a sprint to the end zone, and all he wants to do is ride it as long as this game goes on.
Yeah, now he's just thinking 300 yards maybe. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
All day, every day, any day.
Let's go.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And great yardage here all the way deep into Los Angeles territory. A huge play there for Denver. 47 yards on the ground. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Royce Freeman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it. All right?
And I think the ball's out. The Broncos say they have it. They do.
We're going to shut you down.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Flipper.
Hey, check 24. Check 24. Slam, slam, slam.
Protein spill.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Locke. He's got Jake Butt as tight end.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
No. Check that. We got Mike 55.
This is Freeman. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't smooth. You don't want it.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. To throw, Rivers. He's got a man, that's Keenan Allen. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield, then it curls back inside for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Rivers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To the air again here, Rivers. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Oh, look at the juke. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And that will come the offense as they take over. And Denver getting set to take the field. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch. 31's the mic. I don't think you got it, son.
Ready?
On first down, Locke. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation.
70, Indy. So don't say nothing.
Shift.
Another run by Lindsey. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
12 yards on the return that time. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The 4th quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. You saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Rivers, another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Rivers now. And right side, Henry's got it. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Rivers on 3rd and 2, and it's complete. Henry, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Rivers on the money, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Now Rivers. Benjamin with it over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to get a score back.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
My old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a carry for Lindsey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Broncos, they continue to make their case for the playoffs as they move to 9-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for our visitors, it's loss number 3 for...
Tell the risk I was never